Okay, hi, my name is Dave Cooper, and I'll be your instructor for the 6-week program for the MBA, Accounting Applications for Management. If you have a copy of your syllabus pulled up here, I'm going to give you, just hit a couple real quickly, a couple of the highlights and a few of my basic expectations. The syllabus is pretty detailed, so it gives you a good idea what I'm looking for in papers and that, but I will be putting out some rubrics when we get to the part where we're starting to work on papers, and to give you an idea of what I'm looking for and how I grade based on that, okay? So anyway, I first want to point out my name is Dave Cooper, so I go by Dave. It doesn't have to be Mr. Cooper, okay? Or Professor Cooper, it's just Dave. And I'm very easygoing, I'm very easy to talk to, so don't be afraid to contact me. You have my email address. I check my email 3 to 4 times a day generally, and I try to get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, you also have my cell phone number. If I don't answer, just leave a message and I'll get back to you. Okay, most of the time, especially this time of year, I'm available. You guys are lucky because right now this is the only class I have going on, which is actually highly unusual. So you got me all yourself. Of course, I have a regular job. I'm the financial accounting manager at Mid-America Regional Council, so I have a day job. But you can call me. Okay, I have my own office, and I usually can take time to talk to you. Other than that, I'm going to go through real quick here the points, because everybody, unfortunately, is always concerned about grades. Grades are something I have to do, but look, I want you to learn stuff, okay? That's most important to me, is that you learn something. So, first of all, let's go through the evaluation point. Discussion board participation, 25 points. Okay, basically what I'm looking, there's topics for each week, okay? You're going to make a couple substantial, substantive points, okay, or postings. So you're going to go through there, and so I agree with Dave is not a qualified post. Okay, you have to give your reasons why you agree, or a different angle on it, or something like that. Okay, it's not your first class. You kind of know the way the whole discussion board works. We have 5 quizzes that are worth 20 points each. The quizzes, for example, the quiz over the week's 1 material is during week 2, so you can take that anytime during week 2. They are timed. They are probably around 20 minutes long is the general length of those. They are timed because I try to make this as comparable as possible to my ground classes. My ground classes, they actually take these closed books, so you do have the, obviously I can't enforce that, so you can do what you need to, but they're going to be about 20 minutes long. They're mostly multiple choice, maybe a couple short problems, matching, something like that. Okay, so that's what the quizzes are. You'll get instant feedback from them, so you'll know how you did, except if there are a problem involved that I have to go in and individually score, but even at that I have the answers on there, so you'll be able to see how that whole thing works. The homework, you have, there's 5 weeks worth of homework at 15 points each. 10 points of that is assigned to the individual part, 5 points to the group. Okay, and during that, I'm not looking for the correct answer, okay? In fact, you're going to grade these yourselves. Actually, you're going to correct them yourselves. On Monday morning, the answers to the homework will appear out there, okay, and you'll be able to go through and check your homework against that. Mostly what I want you to do is make sure you understand, if you missed it, why, okay, and say, oh, okay, I get it now, all right. If you don't understand it, please give me a call. Okay, so you should be able to go through your answers on your homework and everything, make sure you understand it, then take the test, the quiz. By the way, the quizzes and the test can be covered on anything I have posted out there, okay, so I post PowerPoints out there, and sometimes I put some different material that's not necessarily in the book. Okay, most of the time it is, but occasionally there's some other little tidbits I want you to know. Okay, so I can test you over the PowerPoint too, so be sure and kind of go through the PowerPoint. They're a good summary of the chapters, and also, as I said, I've got some other stuff that hopefully will make things easier. I also do, as you probably noticed, I do some YouTube links which go over examples of the problems, and so hopefully I can, some example spreadsheets and that, which help you step through the problem, so hopefully that will help you understand. And again, if you have questions, call me. The papers, there's a individual financial regulation paper worth 50 points. There's an individual SEC paper worth 50 points. Those 2 are individual, I think they're 5 pages each, MLA format. The detail is on your syllabus, and I won't take the time here to go through them. But if you have questions on those, let me know. Again, I'll be posting some rubrics on there to give you a little more understanding of those. The Sarbanes-Oxley team and paper discussion, each group is going to be assigned either a pro or a con to Sarbanes-Oxley, and that's the angle that you're going to take in your paper, and then the discussion for that takes place the following week. That whole project's worth 100 points. Okay, your final company analysis paper and presentation is going to be kind of a cumulative thing on what you've learned in the financial accounting aspect of this course. Okay, so you're going to take a company, you're going to look at like the different ratios, current ratios, return on net operating assets, all that kind of stuff that we talk about in the book. I have it outlined here. Again, I'll put a rubric out there. Feel free to use graphs. I think it's a 15-page group paper. I have to cover, one of the things Baker's done is they have, on all their curriculum now, we have a certain amount of writing that you have to do in the course. So that's how we're taking care of it. I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone and use this for applying what you've learned. So mostly what I'm looking for in this is not only just, you know, the ratios there, but what does it mean? Okay, they've got a current ratio of 1.2. What does that mean? Okay, is that good? Is that bad? Is it trend? Remember to use trend analysis. It's going to be over a 3 to 5 year period of time, and compare it to a competitor or somebody else in the industry. And is that good, bad? That's the kind of, I'm looking for more analysis, not just a straight book report, but analysis. Okay. The final exam is worth 200 points. It will probably be 20 multiple choice worth 5 points each and 5 problems, or essays worth 20 points each. The problems will be things like, you know, here's a problem, calculate the inventory, ending inventory and cost of goods sold under FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average. Or something like that, depreciation, or, you know, break-even point. Something that we've already covered in class, so it's not going to be anything unusual. If you know how to do the homework, you'll be fine on this, okay? So that's also going to be, again, some kind of analysis work and a little problems there. So it will be timed, probably 2.5 to 3 hours, somewhere in there. I haven't decided for sure yet, which again is comparable to the ground class. Obviously it's open book, open notes, so you should be fine there. As long as you study and do that. Please don't try to look up every answer, because you'll never get through in time. It's been tried, it never happens. And a couple other little things I just want to point out over my overall expectations. Again, for the homework, I grade on effort. Okay, the papers, I do grade. I'll try to get those back to you within hopefully a week. Usually, you know, a lot of times depending on my schedule, I try to do them during the week, but most times it's during the weekend before I get to them. Finally, I have the grade of A is not guaranteed. Look, remember Baker doesn't print your grade point average on your diploma, so if you get a B, it's not the end of the world, all right? But I do expect a lot. Okay, you're in an MBA program. I expect a lot. I'm an MBA graduate from Baker. I want you, when you leave Baker's MBA program, I want you to represent Baker and yourself well and give you every tool. So we do cover a lot, but I do have some high expectations. If you work hard, and you do, everything good, you'll get an A. If you don't, you may get a B or a C, okay? That's not the end of the world, all right? But just keep working at it. I'll be happy to work with you and do the best we can to get you through this. Okay, again, the other thing is, I'm not the Attila the Hun grader, so, I'm not looking to fail anybody. It'd be my preference if everybody gets A's, that's generally not going to happen, but, hey, the better, the more you work at it, if you take the time to read the chapters, okay, do the homework and understand the homework, I think you'll be fine. If you have any questions, you've got my contact information. Please feel free to get me, or you can use the Ask Dave forum on Moodle. So with that, we'll be seeing you online.